Mobili. Top 10 sports bikes, worth every dollar. Sport bikes are the holy grail for those who want to go fast on the tarmac. They regularly get the latest and greatest tech. Some of it helps with safety, but much of it is mostly to help lower lap times. After all, a few tenths can mean the difference between winning and losing. Given their popularity, there are a number of sport bikes available on the market today, starting really small with a single cylinder, and going up to 4 cylinders and forced induction. 10. Energica Ego RS. Energica knows a thing or two about making a fast motorcycle for the road, having been the official supplier for the Mobili World Championship Electric Motorcycle Racing Series for 4 years from 2019 to 2022. The data acquired through racing has always helped develop faster road bikes, and the Ego RS incorporates those learnings from Moto E. 60 miles per hour comes up from a standstill in less than 2.6 seconds, and the top speed is a more than sufficient 150 miles per hour. Range is a fossil fuel shaming 261 miles in the city, and service intervals are set for every 18,600 miles. 9. Aprilia RS V4 Factory 1100. We've always been in awe of the Mobili factory's flagship motorcycle because it offers so much at a relatively reasonable price for its class. You get one of the great engines of the segment, with one of the highest power outputs and adjustability to keep even the most jaded racer happy. All the while, it has a gorgeous design to top things off. It has had no major updates for the last few years, but with a full electronics suite, that massive horsepower figure, low curb weight, and that adjustability we mentioned, the money still stands well justified. 8. Honda CBR 1000RR or Fireblade SP. The recently launched CBR 1000RR or Fireblade SP is Honda's finest sports bike on the market. What you get for your money is the world's most powerful naturally aspirated inline-4 engine currently in a production motorcycle, backed up with tech from Honda's know-how from the highest echelons of two-wheeled motorsport. The SP denotes the electronic suspension that this Fireblade is equipped with. The swing arm is derived from the MotoGP machine, the suspension is from Specialist Öhlins, and the exhaust is a full titanium unit from Akrapovic. Plus, it's a Honda, so no matter how powerful and complex it is, you know it is going to work every time out. 7. BMW M1000RR. BMW's motorsport division is revered for the four-wheelers it churns out, and now it has turned its attention to the Motorrad section of the product portfolio as well. The BMW motorcycles with the M badge get racier by virtue of weight reduction with race-spec parts, exotic materials, and chassis and electronics tuned more for racing rather than real-world riding. The M1000RR builds on the S1000RR with swathes of carbon fiber, wings that produce more downforce, and optional packages that help you build the best track bike for your use. Unlike the Honda or the race-derived Panigale V4, it has the same engine as the S1000RR in an identical state of tune. But with that shift cam, you won't need more. 6. Ducati Panigale V4 S. The new Panigale V4 was recently launched, and it is a significant change from the 24 model, as opposed to incremental gains for the past few years. Along with the updated fairings, goodbye, gills, Ducati has gone back to a conventional swing arm and lost 8 whole pounds while gaining the ire of what seems to be its entire internet fan base. The engine has been tweaked for lower emissions, which is why it gains a single horsepower but loses a little torque over the previous generation Panigale V4. The V4S offers electronic suspension along with a full electronics suite, which somewhat explains the high sticker price, the highest among all its peers. 5. Lightning LS218. Lightning Motors has kept itself at the head of the electric motorcycle field for well over a decade now with the LS218. It has had no real changes other than a proposed new Innovate battery pack that offers more range and much quicker charge times to almost gas-powered fill-up times and range. Not that it needed any changes, it still holds the production motorcycle top speed record that it snatched when it launched. Lightning has since been focusing on more accessible models, but the LS218 remains a halo model with incredible horsepower and torque outputs that any of its peers would be proud of. 4. KTM RC8C. The RC8C feels in a lot of ways like a warning shot from KTM to its rivals. This is a middleweight track-only machine available only with slick tires and no road-legal paraphernalia. It runs an almost 890cc parallel twin engine that revs to the stratosphere since it doesn't have to worry about service intervals or road norms. It has a full suite of electronics, and there is some real innovation like the fuel tank being integrated into the rear subframe, which allows it to be drained easily at the end of the day. The RC8C is made in limited numbers and all units are accounted for, so only a lucky few will get to experience the best supersport from the Austrian brand. But whoever has ridden one hasn't stopped singing its praises. 3. Ducati Panigale V4 R. The Panigale V4 R is a generation behind the 2025 Panigale V4. It is quite a different model because it has a different engine to help it meet homologation rules for race series like WSBK. Even with its generation disadvantage, it remains the most powerful Panigale V4 you can have. The engine also rotates the opposite way, which is something that race bikes do to help them go faster. The V4R is also the last of the new Panigales that you can have with a single-sided swing arm if that sort of thing matters to you. However, you'll have to pay handsomely for the privilege, as it remains the most expensive liter supersport you can have by far. 2. Kawasaki Ninja H2 R. If you must have the biggest horsepower figure and the highest top speed and don't care if your motorcycle is road legal, Kawasaki has the answer for you with the Ninja H2 R. Its supercharged engine will offer you over 310 horsepower and the prospect of nearly 250 miles per hour. It has sticky tires, and Kawasaki will want you to have tire warming blankets, dual paddock stands, and an inspection of the engine every so often if it is revved beyond 8,000 RPM. An hour meter on the dash will inform you of this inspection. This one isn't for the faint of heart or weak of wallet. 1. Bimota Tesi H2. Bimota's Tesi has always been a weird and wonderful work of art. But since Kawasaki has become the owner of the Italian brand, the Tesi finally has the engine to meet its lofty expectations. It gets the Ninja H2's supercharged engine in its highest state of tune for a road-legal application, and you get the Tesi's hub center steering among other benefits. Of course, the feel from the front end will take some getting used to given the different suspension setup, but it has a surprisingly good chassis should you want to take this rare work of art to a track day.
I hope to inspire you and help you learn more about your favorite theme. Subscribe to my channel and let me know what you think.